Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hello. Happy Wednesday evening. It's a time for a mystery case. Checking the death of Caylee Anthony is tonight. Our team. Don't forget to check. Pardon, guys. Don't forget to check on my website. Check up the page about me, and don't forget to share with your friends. Let me tweet the news. We are using different tools to channel the and give a closure to a family of the people who have a mystery death or a missing person. Do check up all the album. The playlist is called Justice. Justice will be served. Welcome to check the rest of the cases. So maybe some of them and share with your community. Maybe something will be worth giving a closure to this family that they are in sorrow. Let me just hashtag Casey. Caylee. Here it is. So tonight we have a story about Caylee and Casey Anthony. One is a very young mama and another is a daughter. What happened? It happened that literally um, Caylee Anthony, the daughter of Casey, was found dead. What is the story about? It is reported that is last time seen June 16, and her body remains were found December 11 the same year, 2008. She was. This reminds me of the last night case. We have another case of miss neglecting child from a new so-called actor reality show on 90 Days Fiancé on TLC channel, I do believe, American channel, where it's reality with 90 Days Fiancé coming from abroad, fiancé of called Varia Malina is a fiancé of Jeffrey Parcell, and he was the one that was as well having like neglected child that is about this age, like Caylee Anthony. That baby was less than 2 years old. His child was eventually 13 months old when was found with him, left with him, and in a state of seizure. The baby was dead. So this reminds me somehow the case of his baby took me that we have already do check up on in my album Justice Will Be Served. Jeffrey Pascal guilty about his child, and this turned me somehow. The spirits took me to a Caylee Anthony. That's very interesting. So I'm going just to compare this case now as the second part of the child neglected and possible parent responsibility in this case. I'm really not keen to blame the parents all the time, right? They have to be responsible, right? Of course, at all age of the children, and as well, they have to be kind and gentle with children of the others when they're babysitting as well. They should be kind with the pets as well. That's what is a must in my life, and I was taught so. But this death of Caylee Anthony is really triggering thing through the court case. Um, how even her parents they have idea that mother was that is suspected was one of a parent was on the side of the mother, another was on the side of of the granddaughter, and definitely it's really still a mystery of Caylee Anthony death, and it's really something that is uh, that we need to give a closure. And Welcome, guys, to check me on to send me in the comments any other link for a new idea later on for a new case as well. Welcome to give me your comments and possible news so I could check again in the next live stream, right? Welcome all the cases and all the questions connected to a justice to be served with the cold cases, with the true crime stories, with the missing children. I really appreciate your comments because you're giving me the ideas in my mailbox of Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. You're my support, leaving me few of you leaving me comments under the video. So thank you for your attention. Let's just put the story into one intro about her life of this little daughter that died at the age of 2. So, Kelly Mary Anthony was born August 9, 2005, and suspected that died not determined which date, but somewhere around the June 2008. It was she was not having even full 3 years, so this was about 2 years and almost entering in August. She would have August 2008. She would have a 3 years. So she was older than 2 years and a half. Although the newspaper they say 2 years. In a short notice newspaper they always say 2 years old Caylee Anthony. Caylee Mary Anthony was an American girl, a baby girl who lived in Orlando, Florida, with her mother, Casey Mary Anthony. Mother was 1986, born March 19, and her maternal grandparents, George and Cindy Anthony, they will be involved in this story. Why? Because one second, guys, for my glasses. Simply because the grandparents were staying. I mean, mother and the baby daughter, they were staying with the grandparents. On July 15, 2008, she was reported missing at a 911 call made by Cindy, the grandmother. She was making a statement: I had not seen Caylee for 31 days. 31 days, guys. And that Casey car smelled like a dead body had been inside it. Cindy said Casey had given various explanations as to Caylee's whereabouts before finally telling her that she had not seen Caylee, admitting that she had not seen Caylee for weeks. It is very weird. First red flag, why the mother was hiding her disappearance for such a long period, because she never even eventually brought it to a light. Where is my child? Eventually, the grandmother was one that brought it to a light. Casey lied to detective, telling. So another red flag is that smell in her car, right? As well, Casey lied to a detective, telling them Caylee had been kidnapped by a nanny on a June 9 and that she had been trying to find her. Uh, Too frightened to alert the authorities because then they would charge her as a mother being responsible for a missing child. She was charged with the first degree murder in October 2008 and pleaded not guilty. So, what happened meanwhile? On December 11, 2008, 2 years old Caylee's skeleton remains were found with the blanket inside a laundry bag in a wooden area near the Anthony family house, eventually not far away. Investigative reports and trial testimony varied between duct tape being found near the front of the skull and on the mouth of the skull. Medical examiner mentioned duct tape as one reason. She determined the death was a, a homicide, while the cause of the death was listed as a death but by undetermined means. So let's repeat: because of the duct tape around her mouth, um, literally the medical examiner mentioned that this is a homicide. The trial lasted 6 weeks from May to July 2011. The prosecution sought the death penalty and alleged Casey wished to free herself from parental responsibility and murdered her daughter by administering chloroform and applying duct tape. The defense team, led by Jose Bez, countered that the child had drowned accidentally in the family swimming pool on June 16, 2008, and that George Anthony disposed the body. So here it is. That's one of the things. In between many other things we are going to ask, is that true? Because there are many different approaches, like literally like parents, the single mother and the grandparents, they turn each other like feeling guilty, right? And it was really toxic, very situation. We don't know who was lying, right? So that was one theory, that the baby was Casey was um, Casey was accused of charged with the first degree murder in October 2008 and plead no guilty. And there was idea that was using as well chloroform and applying duct tape to shut up the daughter. Defense team on the other side was accusing the grandfather, George, that he was the one responsible for he was with the child while child was drowned accidentally in the family swimming pool June 16. The defense counted that Casey lied about this and other issues because of dysfunctional upbringing, which they said included sexual abuse by her father. Another thing, there was, like you see, idea literally she tried to not be in this case supportive for investigation. She was bringing out other things that so-called her family say it's a lie, her father and mother. So she said that she was sexually abused from the father George, and then she said George, the grandfather, somehow it happened that the baby was with him when he was drawn in the swimming pool. And on the other side, defense did not present evidence as to how Caylee died, nor evidence that Casey was sexually abused as a child, but challenged every piece of the prosecution evidence, calling much of it fantasy forensic. Casey did not testify. On July 5th, 2011, the jury found Casey not guilty of the first degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated manslaughter of a child, but guilty of four misdemeanor counts of providing false information. So eventually, the mother of Caylee was just charged for giving the false information, translated lie to police, to a law enforcement officer. With credit for time served, she was released on July 17, 2011, because remember that she was already in a prison, I'm guessing from October 2008. Florida Appeals Court overturned two of the misdemeanor conviction of January 25, 2013. The non-guilty murder verdict was met with public outrage, and both attacked and defended by media legal commentators. Some complained that the jury misunderstood the meaning of reasonable doubt, while others said the prosecution relied too heavy on the defendant's allegedly poor moral character because they had been unable to show conclusively how the victim had died. Everything what I understood was a matter of the guessing, but as well because nobody didn't have a proof, this case staying a mystery, right? And somehow, in this case, I think that just the mother was lucky not to be found guilty, thanks to that not enough of evidence. With credit for time search, she was released on July 17th, as we said, 2011. As well, a Florida appeals court overturned two of the misdemeanor convictions on January 25th, 2013. And that fantasy thing, fantasy forensic, I think, saved the mother from being sentenced for murdering the child. But we are now going to check up these major possibilities who are suspected. The only suspected in Wikipedia is the mother, Caylee Anthony, but we are going to check as well what about the grandfather and possibility of the original biological father of the little girl. So let's start from that. 1 second. I'm just going to put here as a timestamp. This was intro. And let's see suspected. Suspected questions. Let's see now, guys. Let's see, suspected. We are going to start from them. We are going to start from the biological father. Is the biological father guilty for death of Caylee Anthony? No, he was far away. Here it is. He was not there at all in this area or state. And it was proved. It was proved that he was not there. Here it is. There was covered the evidence that he was far away. As you see, Five of Pentacles, he's far away and not living there. Let me open for the grandfather. What about the grandfather? Did Caylee died from being drowned in the swimming pool, accidentally being drowned in the swimming pool? The grandfather, guys. Wow. Give me more. Explain. Is it the grandfather, George Anthony, the one that was responsible for not taking care of her at that moment? Wow. Wow. Guys, we got the grandfather. So I have to change the name of this. Sorry, the mother. Wow. The grandfather was leaving her alone. He was working something. And when he returned, literally, guys, do check the order of the cards. So first was the answer, grandfather is the guilty. Then we have when he returned, he was working something. Once and he was working something. And then this happened. And when he returned, it was too late, right? Check the order. So yes, I think the little girl was for a second left by the pool alone, left alone, right? And this is more than once eventually. So George Anthony, I will have to add specifically for him the statement. Biological father is not right, and then we have the grandfather. George Anthony. So guys, in this order, it seems it's grandfather. Let me confirm with one more deck. Is it the grandfather of Caylee, George Anthony, responsible for her murder? Wow, yes, it's coming reverse. Wow, injustice and coming reverse. The justice case, like guys, I'm going to tell this is like on a court. There was a missed thing in a court case, like a missed opportunity. Explain me one second. Wow, and this card, why this want to go? Wow, give me more. Give me more. Was it a George Anthony responsible for? Was it a George Anthony responsible neglecting the Caylee and she drowned in a pool? Did Caylee Anthony was drawn. Yes, it's a judgment call. Wow. But he was not ready to talk. This is interesting, guys, because the justice is coming to reverse and judgment call here. Wow, here it is. Why is this happening, guys? She was left again, she was left alone, and that's what happened. Was it an accident that Caylee was just by accident? Wow. I have to explain this card more. Give me more. Uh, Hello. Thank you, sweetie. Yes, exactly, Casey, because I see that the grandfather is responsible in this. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Guys, don't forget to check my justice list for the rest of the cases because I have a tons of the albums of other people as well and other children missing or mystery death. So by the cards, I see the grandfather here. You asked me the question, was it the mother responsible? But in this case, um, if you're a support of the Casey, the news is here. Exactly, the news is the grandfather start from the. It's the first card. The first card was the grandfather. Do you see, guys? Emperor. Yes, that's the first card. Okay, I will put this is too bright. Yes, so it's better. Do you see it? Yes. Emperor and the death during while he was doing something. He was working. He left her alone. He was working something and he left her on the side. Five of Pentacles left by side, and eventually, how is shown, this justice will not serve. It's reverse justice and the judgment of the family. Yes, Casey is innocent. Are you her family? Is it you, Casey? It's interesting. Wow. And again, I'm getting the on the bottom there is somebody was lying. Here it is. It's very interesting. Here it is. Somebody is lying from the family because I do believe that as well the family knows the full story, the rest of the family. I mean, who was inside of the house at that moment. So they just decided to sacrifice. I think it's money related because I do believe that as well with all these pentacle cards around, I do believe that the grandfather was maybe having support for the rest of the family. So this they decided the rest of the family, like his wife and the exactly. There is a judgment call. This is a lie, definitely from the, still we are talking about George Anthony, guys, the grandfather, who is coming to see this later. So here it is, a trivial thing, a trickster signed with the devil. I mean, why he didn't say it at least? I mean, it's so many years. It passed so many years. I think it's again. I guess it's again about the money, the pentacle cards around left and right from him. Very deep connection because the family doesn't want to be left without his support. Was it the father that's taking care? Maybe he is only one having retirement, so the rest of the family depend on him. But definitely, this is a so big BS injustice for, and then it's showing injustice card literally Six of Pentacle injustice because this justice was not served, as you see. Reverse justice and injustice because somebody was hiding, somebody was lying in a court case, right? And somebody was lying that he was not, that he eventually, the truth is that he left her alone, left on the cold, left her alone on the pool while he was doing his own things. He was doing something in the house or garage. Definitely, he was not by the pool. He was not watching her. I mean, when definitely she was left for a second and she went to swim. I guessing It took him too long when this all happened. He was pretty long absent, far away from the pool when this could happen. This is totally crazy. I really don't like when people leave children alone anywhere. I mean, pool. We used to have one family member that is in Canada, guys, and they have 5 children. One of the child, I remember as a kid, I was listening to this story. This cousin was 20 years older than me, and I was a kid, and they used to have a pool in Canada. I mean, it's pretty cold to have a pool in Canada. I don't know, maybe they were using the heater these days. I mean, 40 years ago, we're talking about. And his youngest child literally crawled so fast. Was youngest child was crawling and was just drowned because the house is full and the kid somehow skipped out. But this was the only baby. How they were not careful. I mean, this family had 5 children. I mean, imagine that this was the only kid and they couldn't handle it. So I will have to write this as a short. I'm going to put this as a short notice as well. Let me see just what is his own George Anthony. Will he talk? I'm going to open now more cards. Let me see. Will George Anthony um, admit the guiltiness? Will George Anthony tell the truth in future? Hmm. Here it is. What is this? 1 second. Undecided. 1 second. Will George Anthony admit the guiltiness uh, for death of Kylie? No, I still have the walking away. Wow. Give me more. Will George Anthony admit the guiltiness till he's alive? Wow. No, no, I think get 2 times the same card. No, no, no. He doesn't want commitment. Wow. He already walked away, and this is it. 6 of Swords and 9 of Pentacles. I'm free. I already walked away. Will they admit? Wait a second. The second question. Will the family of George Anthony will admit instead of him? Oh, I have a Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's going to talk instead of the grandfather. Here it is, Knight of Pentacles. Somebody will talk, but when? My question, here it is. Oh, the male. This is a male person. 1 second. Will this happen while he's alive? Will this happen while he's alive? Yes, just somebody's postponing. I do believe that the George family, somebody is going to talk in a Caylee Anthony family. Here it is, the male figure is going to talk, but he's postponing with the Chariot card. Chariot is for me always postponing, guys. But he's going to make that serious decision. How I do see it, that this there will be like a third party situation. Somebody is going literally to pay them. That's how I see it. A third party that want to pay, let's say, to have a right copyright for their book. That's what I just heard. For a book turned to a screenplay right towards a movie. And that then will start to talk when somebody come and offer them to make a movie about this. Is it a movie or documentary? I just heard it like this, that then with this offer of money somebody is going to talk whatever was postponed till now. And this is really a member of the family, um, whoever was living in the house with little Caylee Anthony at that moment. And here it is, the bottom is the truth. You see, the truth is here hidden. Hidden truth, postponing Chariot and Moon. Somebody postponing the truth, but needs to be pushed with this proposal. Don't forget, guys, that will be the only way to have again secret revealed and the blessing for this family, because nobody who live in this family lies. Um, Nothing is blessed when the one family has secret about the other family member death, even if it would be a death of the person outside of the family. This is totally, it's a law of nature. Give me more. So let's see the last one, last question. I'm going to immerse it together with the father grandfather reading. So I make a 60-second short video for you. Let's see, guys. Give me more. The last question: is it mother responsible, Casey Anthony responsible for death of Caylee? Just your question. Is it Casey responsible for death of? No, she's neglecting. She's apologetic here because of she's just apologetic for her neglecting the child, having a time of her life, being a childish at that period, right? And having a time of her life when she was concentrated on having a free time instead to be more often with the child. That's how I see it. This is a young person that was just feeling sorry for her immaturity in behavior at that period. Is Casey responsible for death of Caylee? No, again, guys. Wow, no, the grandfather. Oh, this is totally confirming two times, guys. The grandfather. So I'm going to stop. The grandfather and the death. Second time, the same cards. And here we have a death and the emperor. Two same cards. Oh my god. This is so terrible. So here it is. As well, I'm going to open just for the mother and the rest of the family. I'm just going to open the answers from the heaven, and then we are going to merge in the 60 seconds this reading from the top, and I'm going to put as the next video 60 seconds so you can see from the tarot up. That's what I do as well. And yes, on the bottom, here it is. Yes, the grandfather is guilty for her death and the justice will be served. Oh my God. Wow, here it is. So guys, remember that we have with another tarot deck, we have three tarot decks giving the same info. The secrets will be revealed only by revealing the secrets. Whoever in the family is postponing telling the truth, he need to bring this to a light. Don't postpone because the blessing of this house is not happening till you clear up and walk in the shoes of the truth. Give it more, give it more. And now the last one, the message. I'm going just to name it. 1 second, guys. Just to name it. 1 second. So many cards here. The last timestamp I'm putting down, guys. Message from Caylee. Message from Caylee to family. With tarot talking to heaven. Before, let's put like that timestamp. Let's see. We have been on the start, the first one, we have been in the dreams. So I'm going to put it here. Give me more message from Caylee to her mother. I would always point you in the right direction. That's message to her mother. A message from Caylee to her grandfather. I'm standing right next to you. Wow. You know when a person stand next to you and expect you to do something? Yes, you need to do this. Your granddaughter is telling you that you need to do this. Do not postpone. As well, on the bottom was I feel sorry. Sorry guys. I'm sorry. Please forgive me because I was swimming alone without you. But as well, I stand there. I'm standing next to you, the grandfather. So you should release the truth. And a message to her grandmother. Let's see the message from Caylee to mother. Message from Caylee to her grandmother. Grandmother. Tears cleanse the soul. Yes, the grandmother crying a lot for her princess little granddaughter. But very interesting. I think that somehow the mother of Kaylee, Casey got maturity, and now the spirit of her granddaughter is literally giving her direction in the life. Like this was her wake up call. Whatever was her running around, right, following her own fun in the life. I think this was maturity call. Whatever she survived, plus having some years spent in the some time in the jail, right, for misconducting the police. Will she be careful now not anymore to lie in future for anything, to understand that this can take her again to the same place, like injustice as well? Everything happened for a reason, like I said. Did I say that I think that whatever happened to a mother of Kaylee, whatever happened has a reason for her to put her literally the child by death, unfortunately, to put her in the right direction. And you're welcome to tell me. CA4, CA4 America 35. Thank you for commenting. Casey is innocent. Are you in contact? Is it Casey doing serious things in her life now? Probably it is because this is what I understand. Happened for a reason, right direction as well. I'm visiting my mama in a dream. So sweet. And we are connecting in a dream. Wow, so nice. Literally, like I do feel that the death of little Kaylee was putting Casey in a spiritual awakening, and that her death was really a compass in here in this life crossing situation. And I had the life crossing situation, as you see. Do you see the same amazing two different tarot decks? This is a crossroad, and this is a crossroad. Amazing, interesting. So let's just put the 60 seconds. 1 second. I'm going to put on few different applications. Just bear with me, guys. Second, I have as well to write the timestamp for you so you can check it later. Death of Caylee Anthony. Casey, the mother, is not guilty. The grandfather is guilty with three different tarot decks. Grandfather done it. Yes, he's responsible. He was working something. He let her alone, and this was not the first time. He done this in the past time, and then she slipped in the swimming pool. And yes, it's coming the reverse justice because he was not ready to tell the truth. He was lying in front of the court, and yes, he's walking away as a free, but he has a judgment call to talk in the future. The granddaughter, her spirit is telling that I'm standing next to you. I expect you to tell the truth, to reveal the truth for a blessing for all the family. And I'm sorry that I was swimming without you, but I expect you to tell the truth, reveal the truth, the grandfather. And the message to the mama, I'm pointing you right direction. You got maturity with this what happened in the jail thanks to my death. Death of Caylee Anthony. Casey, the mother, is not guilty. The grandfather is guilty with three different tarot decks. Grandfather done it. Yes, he's responsible. He was working something. He let her alone, and this was not the 1st time. He done this in the past time. And so the grandfather is the swimming pool. And yes, he's coming to reverse justice because he was not ready to tell the truth. He was lying in front of the court, and yes, he's walking away as a free, but he has a judgment call to talk in the future. The granddaughter, her spirit is telling that I'm standing next to you. I expect you to tell the truth, to reveal the truth for a blessing for all the family. And I'm sorry that I was swimming without you, but I expect you to tell the truth, reveal the truth, the grandfather. And the message to the mama, I'm pointing you right direction. You got mature. Anthony. Guys, welcome to check the just the old album Justice Will Be Served and share with your community. Guys, I'm going to put on all. Hello. I have a barrier because it show up like I'm in US from application, but as well my Google account is in Greece in Europe. I seriously I have a barrier. Sometimes I having passing by the clients that they're ordering the tarot reading. CA, you're welcome to order any kind of reading. You're welcome to check my list. So sometimes there are people, sometimes know what to tell you. I'm not putting my news on other social media. I'm just putting this short 60 seconds. I think it's a barrier, guys, especially now when it's this war situation, South Europe, between because my Google account is from Greece, but I'm doing all the mystery cases in US because all my clients are that they love tarot readings are in US and Canada. Please do share it with your community. Welcome to share my justice list, the best. If you share this video when it's downloaded later, and it will be 60 seconds the reading. Now I'm preparing 60 seconds. Now I'm putting on Twitter, TikTok. Check up, it's the same name. You have a link. Check on my profile. You have a link for all these Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and then you can share it with your community. But I'm not putting as well on a Facebook. I probably is the Facebook one that's bringing the network. But I'm telling you, this is a blockage. America put just their American Canadians. It's really like that. And I'm going to put a nice. I put one nice photo. I think it's nice photo because I was channeling that the mother is probably not guilty. That's why I put a nice photo. They really looked sweet, Casey and Kaylee. And by the way, I was young mama. of a daughter too. Remind me of me, her smile there. Interesting. Huh, 1 second, I download it. And now I will download here as well, guys. 1 second. The last one on it from Instagram back to the, let me save. I will download the short version as well on YouTube. Yes, 1 second. As well, I notice if I have like my time when I have like usually the West Coast California time. If I have evening time, the West Coast California time zone about before midnight, then it's a good time for my readings. Otherwise, this time like this is what after the working hour East Coast, not many people on the internet. 1 second, guys, it's coming. It's very sweet reading because they're literally the messages. Look at so sweet message. Casey, is that you? By the way, I don't see who is on photo. Is it tiny? Look at the message from Caylee to Casey to mom. We are connected. Wow. And this one, I hope I put you on the right direction. I will always be next to you. I hope everything happened with a reason. And if my death provoked only you to have a crossroad in the life, it's so nice message and connected to the one of the cards to two of swords. That is literally the same message, a crossroad. This was a crossroad for Casey for her life. And the grandmother message for a grandmother, tears, tears cleansing the soul. But the grandpapa need to tell the truth. The granddaughter is literally standing next to the George. He needs to talk. Like literally, I think that I do believe that she's haunted. She George is haunted by granddaughter pushing him to tell the truth, to reveal this secret. Reveal the secret to have a blessing for all the rest of the family future. I think he feels opposite, like he's embarrassed to tell this. But living in the lies is no good. That's what is. He need to have a judgment call because of avoiding the justice. Everybody needs to be have a justice, right? Served for everybody. How the people can be amorous. 1 second, guys. Here it is. I'm hashtagging. Second. Clearly. Here it is, guys. Welcome to check it. As well, the short news will be added to my list. Justice will be served. As always, I'm going to hashtag now, guys. I'm going to hashtag these timestamps as well, so you can check it later. Grandfather George, I'm going to rename it, the video. Caylee Anthony's grandfather George is guilty. and it will be added. Justice will be served list. Welcome to chat, guys, and thank you in advance for donation. As well, guys, when you subscribe, welcome to hit a like and share with your community. Let me see. Kisses to all. I'm going to close this video. Let's pray that this family of Caylee Anthony will have a closure and that they will have their own peace, because I see that somebody uh, need to forgive to himself. I do believe that this grandfather needs to as well admit the truth. This trivial lies doesn't take him nowhere. This injustice is not good for the rest of the family. He has a judgment call to tell the truth, and there will be a court case. And literally, his granddaughter is standing next to him and pushing him to tell the truth, to reveal the secret, guys. So let's pray that this family will have a closure about what really happened to Caylee and give a peace chance, and um, let's be forgiving for whatever happened, because living in revenge doesn't take you nowhere. That's the thing, guys. I know it's bitter. And let her soul of Caylee Anthony, I hope he's doing just fine. That's what I feel. She's super light because she was just here brought to a surface of planet Earth to be like redemption for the rest of the family, and that was her karmic purpose in this life for Anthony families. Peace and love, and rest in peace, dear Caylee Anthony and Casey. I hope you have a justice, guys. I'm going to restart the new video, guys, with the Twinflame news. Welcome to join me. Put the alarm bell when you subscribe.